In the days when Brighton, Massachusetts, was the most vibrant cattle market in the eastern states, a certain farmer made his way to the bustling hub to sell his prized cows. The market was thick with the scent of livestock and the murmur of deals being struck. Amidst this throng, the farmer found success, selling his cattle for a small fortune. With a satisfied smile, he carefully tucked the thick wad of bills deep into his coat pocket, unaware that he was being watched. Lurking in the shadows, a pickpocket, a seasoned rogue disguised as a trader, had been eyeing the farmer's every move. The sight of the money burning a hole in the farmer's pocket made his fingers itch. The scoundrel knew that this was his chance to make a substantial score. With a cunning grin, he concocted a plan to part the farmer from his hard-earned cash. Feigning friendliness, the rogue approached the farmer, striking up a conversation as if they were old friends. Before long, he suggested they share a drink to celebrate the farmer's success. The farmer, flushed with triumph and unsuspecting of any foul play, agreed. As they clinked glasses, the pickpocket's eyes gleamed with malicious intent. 3 or 4 drinks later, each stronger than the last, and the farmer's mind was swimming. The rogue offered him a cigar. Its scent was enticing, but its effects would soon prove disastrous. The combination of whiskey and the drugged cigar soon overwhelmed the farmer. His eyelids grew heavy, and the world around him blurred. Needing to rest, he found a spot beneath a towering oak tree, and with a contented sigh, lay down. The cool shade and the soft rustle of leaves lulled him into a deep, unnerving sleep. Minutes passed, perhaps hours, when suddenly the farmer was jolted awake by the sound of his name. A figure loomed over him, a distant acquaintance, asking if he could change a bill. Still groggy, the farmer instinctively reached for his pocket, but as his hand found only empty fabric, a cold realization dawned on him. The money was gone. Panic surged through him, shaking off the last remnants of sleep. His heart pounded in his chest as he scanned the surroundings, only to spot his so-called friend from earlier, now sprinting down the road. Driven by desperation, the farmer leapt to his feet and gave chase. Though not a man built for speed, fear lent wings to his feet as he hurtled down the dirt road, yelling, "Stop thief!" His shouts rang out, echoing across the quiet countryside. The rogue, sensing the farmer closing in, darted towards a lone woman sitting by the roadside, her figure shrouded in a large cloak as she rocked a small child on her knee. In one swift motion, the thief tossed something towards her and disappeared over a fence, vanishing into the maze of nearby sheds. Breathless and filled with fury, the farmer skidded to a halt before the woman. His eyes, wild with suspicion, locked onto the object in her hands. "You're in league with that villain," he accused, voice trembling with anger. Without hesitation, he snatched the pocketbook from her grasp. But as he yanked aside her cloak, his breath caught in his throat. There, staring back at him, was not the accomplice of a thief but the familiar face of his own wife. The world seemed to tilt as realization hit him like a blow. His wife had left their home hours after him, heading into town for some shopping. The shock in her eyes mirrored his own as they both stood frozen, pieces of the puzzle clicking into place. The farmer's heart pounded in his chest as they inspected the pocketbook. Alongside their own money, they found a collection of treasures: a second, heavy wallet, a purse of silver coins, a gleaming gold watch and chain, and several ornate silver spoons. As they absorbed the situation, the pickpocket's wife reappeared, settling once more by the roadside with her child, waiting for her husband to return. She seemed calm, unaware of the turmoil that had unfolded. Days later, the rogue was captured, but by then the farmer's wife had already taken measures to secure a portion of the bounty. With a determined glint in her eye, she used some of the ill-gotten gains to purchase the most extravagant bonnet ever seen in their village. And when Sunday arrived, she donned it with pride, her head held high as she walked into the church. Those who saw her couldn't help but admire the resplendent bonnet, though none could guess the drama and danger that had led to its purchase.